Had a lead pretty late in the fourth quarter. Same thing in that game in February. What was happening the most down the stretch in those two games, and how do you guys kind of handle that from a frustration standpoint?
Yeah, I think even if you go back to last year in the playoffs, I would, other than game one, maybe. I think we, had leads late in games, third quarter, fourth quarter, and it gets down to the last, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and it's a team that really executes, and that going into the game, so you have to be really sharp with what you do on both ends of the court. And but ever since the playoffs last year, they've for the most part beat us in those last 4 to 5 minutes, and we have to figure out what we have to do to flip that and make those our last 3 to 4 minutes.
It's kind of obvious considering his credentials, 2-time MVP, Finals MVP, coming off the championship. But just how did Jokic take over tonight's game from kind of midway through the third through the end?
Same way he takes over every game. You go into every game. I would assume playing them, whoever you are, you go in. Obviously wanting to make it tough for him, but at the end of the day, you're not going to speed him up. It's hard to block his shot. He's going to get to his spots. He's super strong. Hell of a passer, and like I said, you try to make it tough for him, but you kind of expect these things going into games from him, and like I said, we got to figure out what we can do to slow him down enough to win these games.
Dan.
You mentioned the feeling kind of like similar games to the playoffs and stuff earlier this year, where you're in good position late and they just kind of take over. Does it feel like a big hill to climb still against them, based in part because what you said, like part of it is stopping that guy? Does it, like, to get over this hump, I guess, like how big of a climb is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know how many games that they've won against us in a row now. So yeah, that to beat them, you have to be really, really good in the fourth quarter. And obviously, Jamal and Jokic are, mainly what they run during the fourth quarter. Obviously, tonight, MPJ going 10 for 10 from the field with 25 points. They have a beautiful system around those two guys, and so yeah, it's tough to beat them, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. We got to figure out what we got to do to.
Time was really there for you guys for much of the night, including yourself. You had 23. Where does this team have to get to just to get enough stops against Denver, and particularly on the rebounding situation?
I think the last 2 minutes of the game, I think we always there, but just those last 2-3 minutes, it always we let them, score, defense, everything, whatever they want to do. And this happened again, tonight, and we tried a lot of different, defense on them, but it's just they're a really good team. Everybody can score. They play for each other. They always look for it. Of course, Jokic, he always looking for his teammates and all that. So, but yeah, we were right there. We were right there. But it's just those last 2 minutes. That was a game for sure.
Is the frustration building against this Nuggets team? That's 8 straight losses for you guys against them, and obviously you guys have aspirations of making a postseason run. Like, has these losses created any sense of doubt of what could happen if you guys met again in the postseason?
I mean, not really. We still we're still missing a couple of guys. And we always but actually we still trying to figure it out. Our team, and their team is like they already said. They've been playing for 6-7 years together. and they finally got it last year, you know. So it takes time, you know. It takes time, and I know we don't have much time, but we just gotta keep building the chemistry. We still have 20 games or something left, and you know the injury guys, gonna come back, and yeah, we just gotta figure it out. You know, we gotta figure it out. It's nobody gonna help us, nobody gonna fix for us. We just gotta figure it out, and we gotta make it to the playoff first, and yeah, I think we're gonna meet them again. So we just gotta be ready.